you go and your ticket was $2,000, the reservation, when you get to the banks, they will tell you to pay $50 more.
For what?
That's the question I'm asking.
Did you ask them?
When you ask the bank, they say, oh, British Airways says they should collect it. I call British Airways staff, some I know, and they are all over the place.
There's no description for this fee, like processing fee or administrative fee.
Wait,
I want to know why they are describing it.
That's why I'm saying it is an illegal thing that they are doing.
They didn't describe it?
Describe it for what?
No, so you know what you're paying for.
Why
I want to break down.
You say the fare that are owed as it pertains in every country in the world. They are not special in Ghana. Let's not give them that leeway for them to, wiggle through.
No, I want to know what they described it.
Whatever it is, it is illegal.
Did they describe it though?
Kafui, they did not describe it. What I want you to understand is, even if they did, when you ask me that I'm buying a ticket from you, like I said, it's not only in Ghana. Let's not make this thing as if Ghana, we don't know what we are doing. That go and pay for the ticket at my bank, that they have an account there. Actually, the bank should even be happy that British Airways has brought them this huge money that they are going to collect on behalf of British Airways. Then you ask me, the passenger, I don't care what agreement between you and British Airways. You don't charge me $50 more. I'll find it out to BA, I'll find it out to Civil Aviation. Civil Aviation is livid. I can tell you with confidence that they are livid because you don't do that anyway. You see, these are the kind of things.
I think they're the ones who have been charging us COVID tax and things.
Who?
The Civil Aviation.
Civil Aviation, no. Government of Ghana is charging you. so don't put it on aviation. Government of Ghana is charging you.
Right.
They are only maybe there collecting it. Okay. Yeah. But Government of Ghana is charging you.
Yeah. We're also angry about those COVID things.
Well, so let's hit the street and protest. You lead and then I'll be back. I'll be behind you. I've done protests. I'm old now. So you, the young man, you can start and I'll be behind you. With placard and say, go Kafui, go Kafui. Let me tell you what. We cannot allow ourselves. We sat in this country. That is the thing, we've had a very good relationship with the British government and British businesses. Kwame and I lived in England. Okay. His father, everybody, because of that relationship. All of a sudden, they say we should pay visa fee, which is fine. It is called visa fee. When you go for an interview and they refuse to give you the visa, they don't give you a part of the money or even the full refund. Then they say, oh, it is all the visa fee that they've charged. Nigeria next door. That is why sometimes I think my government is very, very weak when it comes to diplomacy. Nigeria said that, hell no. The guy came for a visa. He didn't come for a processing fee. So if you refuse him the visa, take the administrative charges and give him his visa fee back. They've done it in Nigeria. In Ghana. What are we doing?
How do they do it in Nigeria? Who put the pressure on?
It's the government of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria.
So some best practice.
Diplomacy is reciprocal. That is the core fundamental about diplomatic relationship. You do me as I do you. So if I am not charging you that ridiculous amount of money for visa in your country,
don't charge me.
For you to come into my country, why are you doing otherwise to me? British Airways, believe me, this they have to stop ASAP. And I'm urging anybody who has been affected to contact the CPA. We would make them refund the monies. Kafui, then I get to know that even the visa cards, I mean, listen to this, issued to you in Ghana. Somebody called me yesterday when he said, Uncle Kofi, When I used my Visa card to go and pay, when I went to the bank, I said I wouldn't pay. So I'll pay with my Visa card. He said the cost to him was even more than. So I'm trying to find out. It is illegal. It is illegal. Period. We cannot allow. I'm going to go to Bank of Ghana and ask them, why are they allowed? Because where our bank, okay, in Washington, D.C. or in Maryland, the bank gives me an ATM card with a Visa logo on it. I don't even pay a fee for it. In Ghana, the Visa card, they charge you for the Visa card.
The timing of your rant is good because Bank of Ghana is coming on after this show. You can get a contact of who to speak to after this show when they come through, and then you can go.
When you go there, I've been there several times. You know, there's so many things that Bank of Ghana, I've engaged them, and they know. Okay, the question is, what are they doing?
Action. All right. So BA and bank issues, the two Bs from Kofi Kapito.
Yeah, GT Bank and Standard Chartered.
And BA and the bank. Mr. Jantua, what's on your mind this morning?
Good morning.
Morning.
Kofi, good morning.
Good morning, Pa.
I'm a bit down.
Oh. What's up?
Cousin's husband just died.
Oh, sorry about that.
You know him. You must know him. Chaka.
Yeah, Chaka Azu.
Chaka Azu.
Yeah, but there's another one that we have to go on Friday. Dr. Babana.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Yes. It's really damping me, but hey. It goes to tell you that we should try as much as possible to work together. Because you die, you're going, taking nothing with you. And all this gesturing and some of the things we do to each other really doesn't help. But what got to me this week, and there's even an article in the newspaper about a similar thing. The lady in the north who was stripped naked.
The young lady. Yeah.
And beaten.
I saw that video. Really disturbing.
How can we do that? And then today, I think it's in the Graphic of Times.
Yeah.
A farmer has just butchered his wife in front of
his children.
Three children. I don't understand it. I mean, as human beings, why would we do a thing like that? So why would we strip a woman? And she's trying to protect herself.
Dignity, yeah.
And then what do? You open her legs. I mean, come on. What kind of human beings are we? What kind of human beings are we? Because of what? Because of what? And it's as if it's normal.
Yeah. And the police have moved quite swiftly. They've arrested 4 people.
I don't understand it. And apparently, the lady is saying that before that they had raped 4 other women.
Oh, wow.
What is wrong with us? Are we in times of war? That because of what? You suspect her to be what? A Fulani's wife or something like that. So you catch her. And she was going to buy food for her mother.
Yeah. It was very disturbing to watch.
Very disturbing.
Very
disturbing.
Kafu, you know, you're talking about maybe mob action.
Very disturbing.
I'm talking about institutions like the police and the army beating people up same way. Okay, you're talking about the open her legs. You remember Kania, You know, we you know, I tell people until we have a strong man who will build a strong institution, we won't go anywhere. Because the Europe, the Americas, is not the individual, it's the institution that works. And until we do that, look, you said the Bank of Ghana guy, is he going to be here with us?
He's going to come here at 8:30 for the next
Okay, but you see, I'm glad that they say they've warned people. You remember Men's Gold?
Yeah.
They did the same warning. The guy didn't stop. He went, once you know them, shut them down. Don't give me a warning.
Kofi, in as much as you talk about institutions, it's good to have strong institutions. However, if you can't change the mindset of the people, it continues.
Kwame,
This
can I
was
ask you a
the-
question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
No, he makes a good
No,
point.
no, no,
because
but
you see, a lot of the
I'm
people
going to counter
are
him.
even, they are even, that lady who reached out to me and showed me all these text messages of people harassing her. I asked her, why haven't you reported? She is more interested in me trying to help her to
Kafui.
pay off the people. I said, but if you pay the people off, then you're going to perpetuate their existence.
Kafui.
The thing is to report immediately and
Kafui,
stop the
Kafui, do you
rot.
know how many times people have reported? Do you know how people get frustrated? Not because maybe it's intentional, but because of how our judicial system is. Okay, look, Kwame, you and I, we were all born in Ghana. We all schooled in Ghana. When we left Ghana, the nuances and the nonsense that was here, when we got where we wanted to go, whether America or in England, somebody did not take us to a classroom to tell us that, you know, there are laws and manners there.
Yeah, so how did the people, the attitude that Mr. Janto has
Because-
how were people
Because
inculcated
it
to behave in a
took
particular
young
way?
people, just like maybe in your house, you are the father and your wife is the mother. If you allow your children to misbehave, they will take it outside. So until we get that, human beings, we are lawlessness. That is how human beings are. We are no better than animals. But guess what? We have brains to think. We have brains to engineer and do all those things and regulate. And regulate. That's the reason why we are different from other things. So until we may be a leader, that's why you're a leader. That's why you're a leader. You told me that I can't manage myself, I can't lead myself, so you put yourself in front of me so that you do things to favor me. This attitudinal thing, there are no angels in Europe. They are criminals, they are murderers, they are all kinds of people in Ghana as much as they are in England.
So it's a leadership thing.
It's an institution that will clamp down. Look at what is happening to Donald Trump. Look at what happened to Boris Johnson. Would that ever happen in Africa? You talk about attitude.
But remember, some of us have had the opportunity to live through different republics. You talk about leadership. Leadership isn't only government leadership. Yeah. Leadership starts from the home.
That's
You
what
made the point.
Once upon a time, Kofi, you remember when we were going to school, you knew what time a bus would come. Once upon a time, you misbehave outside, a stranger will beat you, bring you home, tell your father, and the father too will beat you in front of the stranger. The question I ask, when did we change? At what point did we change our mindset? I mean, look at trotro drivers. Worst of all, the Okadas. Look at how they just ride, cross cars anyhow. Yesterday I heard in Kumasi they are banning these Pragya from the central business
These
district.
tricycles.
They
Yes.
can't.
The
Yes.
yellow vehicles.
Yes.
They can't, and I'll tell you the reason why they can't.
Central business district of Kumasi.
What's the reason? The congestion.
Congestion.
Safety. Yeah.
They're banning them. But what structure have we put in place? When it started,
So it's allowed to continue.
what did we do about it? But I specifically would ask President Mahama, why did you bring these tricycles in? It started in his era. Yes, it's a source of employment. It is a source of employment. And a lot of
But now
young
they have
people...
unintended consequences.
Yes, but a lot of young people have turned to that. We've even seen some women tricycle riders in the Western Central region. But why can't we structure it? That's what I don't understand. Galamsey, why can't we structure it? What stops us from structuring some of these things? They said what last week, this week or last week? We are #1 gold producer.
Yeah.
How's that benefiting us? Are you trying to tell me we cannot structure Galamsey? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't think so. Because you see, the whole land of Ghana is covered in deep mine gold, alluvial gold, surface gold. It's covered in gold. Why aren't we using it to benefit us? The quantum of gold we have, we shouldn't be going to IMF. We shouldn't be. But if we structure it properly, and there is no personal interest where politicians are concerned, and that is one thing that is killing us in this country. Personal interest. Don't bring country first. Our pockets should be filled before country. All those foreigners who come here and they come and work, where do they take the money back to? To their country. It helps their GDP. It helps the economy. How is it possible that a country like Britain, a country like America, a country like Germany should have more gold than us? How is it possible?
Because they plan.
How is it possible?
So structure, personal interest, key issues,
And leadership.
and leadership. Well, one of the institutions that seems to be working quite well these days is the police. And I just want to touch on the story you spoke about earlier on of the woman who was molested, and we saw that video. So the Ghana Police Service has announced the arrest of 4 suspects in connection with a viral video which showed a group of men stripping a woman naked and beating her and molesting her publicly. The suspects were picked at Kupelga in the Upper East region in a police intelligence operation early hours of Tuesday, June 13th. Following investigations. So in the statement, the police said the suspects, Awizori Amalt, Akolbila Asowogo, Atibila Aladago, and Akolbila Ben are in custody, assisting investigation. Quote, we're in touch with the victim and her family, and arrangements have been made for police clinical psychologists to provide her psychosocial support. This is from the police's Facebook page. The woman reported to be of Fulani extraction was at one point half naked before she was completely stripped of everything she was wearing, exposing her to nakedness, and some men gathered around her and beating and molesting her. The video is said to have emanated from Zebela in the Upper East region, and it stirred widespread condemnation with calls for swift arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators. So a security analyst, Adib Sani, who reacted to the development, said such incidents pose a serious threat to national security. It's a very dangerous move by the youth of the area as it feeds into the terrorist narrative. Terrorists love to see this because they exploit them to create a motive to stage attacks, and attacking women and children. You are crossing a red line, and it could cause reprisals. It is reported that the Fulani community leadership in Ghana, which was saddened by the development and has been looking for the married woman with children, but she has relocated with her family ostensibly as a result of trauma and shame. So it's really, really bad. It has happened in Zebela, Upper East. Good thing though is that the police have.
Let me ask my brother Kami, you and I grew up in Kumasi. They saw area gangs. You remember there was a Mrum giant, a doom, whatever. The last person was a guy called Budu. Budu. Kafu, he would terrorize the neighborhood. He will block the road, okay, and tell you if you don't give him money, he will beat you. He did that for a long time in Kumasi. His own uncle shot him and killed him. Kwame, let's get this thing done until the laws that are passed by Parliament, the laws will be enforced by the people given to them, and then arrest should be made, and people should be taken to court, and the court should give judgment. That is how it's done in all the countries that you and I moved to. You and I lived. Because we, even as Ghanaians, when we got there, those good things protected us. We live in a country, like you said, when we were growing up, buses was all over. You go to Opera Square. Kafi, do you know that the Opera Square was the central bus station in Accra?
Really?
Yes, Opera Square. That was where all the buses from all over Accra, that was their central station. The reason why you have Okada, you have the motorbikes, you have the Pragias, you have the Aboboyas, because
are they all different? Is Pragia
yes.
different from Aboboya?
Yes.
Aboboya is like the rubbish
yes.
collectors. And Pragia is the yellow one.
Yes.
AKA Mahama Kambu.
Yes. Okay. No, the Aboboya is the Mahama one.
Kambu?
Yes, because Aboboya was the first one.
No, the yellow one is the Kambu.
Aboboya was the first one that came.
Yes, but the Kambu is the yellow one.
The
Kambu is
the one they used to transport things.
Yes. They came through the ports.
Yeah, of course.
Look, if you go
On ships,
to
on ships.
the other day, I went to Domi Pillar 2. When you turn, there's a Barclays Bank, Echo Bank, right at the junction. Then I saw a young boy. Carefully, that boy will not be more than 14 years old. There was a policeman standing there. The boy actually picked 3 people. So I followed the boy. Then when the boy saw that I was following him, he got out and I told the passenger to come and ride the Aboboya, the Pragia, so that I would not know that he was the one riding. So I said, okay. Then I took off. Hold and behold, this boy passed me and he was the one that was right. I told him to park. I followed him to his house. The boy was 14 years old. And on that road, go and see the amount of Pragias on there. The boys are 13, 14, 15. The police are there. I will show you, I can get his name. I called him and told him, he claims that they did an exercise. So he sent me some pictures of the arrest that they made, I think the next day. But I go there today. Kwame, it's about consistency. It's about making sure that Oxford Street, do you think if you and I went to shop there and after 6 o'clock, somebody doesn't come and sweep and then wash the place, we can go to Oxford Street the next day? It is about responsibility. Don't tell me about attitude. Nothing. Somebody should be in charge of my attitude.
It's all part and parcel.
No, it is not.
It is.
It is not.
Attitude plus responsibility.
It is not.
It's all part and parcel.
Like I told you, human beings, we are indisciplined. We don't like others.
We owe responsibility to the country we live in. I don't understand how politicians will come. Oh, democracy, rule of law, democracy, rule of law. How many citizens understand democracy? How many citizens understand rule of law? Why don't we teach these things in schools? So that the people, as the young children, as they are growing up, is imbibed in them. Why don't we do it? When we were going to school, small boy,
Courtesy for boys and girls.
they would teach you. They would teach you.
There was a book called like that, Courtesy for
Yes,
Boys and Girls.
and I'm not playing politics. They made you recite Young Pioneers Code. Go and look at the Young Pioneers Code, 1 to 10. Go and look at it. See what is in there. So it's imbibed in you by the time you grow
Well, we
up.
have pledge. What happened to pledge?
It's imbibed in you.
Can you remember the pledge?
What has happened?
That's what I'm saying. What happened to pledge?
No, if I ask Petri,
You're not getting careful. Look at my gray hair. I can't remember the pledge. But all I'm saying is, I don't even think they recite pledge today.
But if you sing it, you remember.
No, I'm just saying. I don't have a good voice, so I can't sing.
Because I will put you on the spot.
all I'm saying is, we had something good. Like he said, what happened?
Should I sing it for you?
No, don't sing it.
So
for
you
me.
remember?
No, pledge. I'm too old to be reciting pledge by now. Guess what? It is about us knowing that we are also owners of Ghana,
Thank you.
a country that somebody who you stand in line, rain or shine, vote for him to become a leader. Then he tells you, "Do you know who I am?"
You come and sit on your neck.
And you know this is the problem.
I really didn't understand. I really didn't understand Kafui. I really didn't understand how a president would gesture the way the president gestured the other day.
At the Green Ghana event?
Yeah, I couldn't understand it.
When he ordered that the chief.
Yes, it didn't make sense to me. Even if you saw that somebody was not standing to attention when the national anthem was being played. It's a convention, isn't it? There's no law that says when the national anthem is played, you stand. However, it's respect to the country. I would have thought, as much as you saw it, whisper to your minister, please, can you go and check what is happening to that chief? Maybe there's something wrong. But the way the president did it, I felt embarrassed. For me, he's a dictator who would do that. If at the time President Rawlings came in, 79, and he did that on stage, everybody would understand. A military man is one day buga buga. but not a president who the people have voted for, who the people have confidence in. And it's not the individual, it is the office. It is the office.
Now you're beginning to understand why I say that it's
You know,
institutions.
it is the office. You sitting here, you might have your own ideas about things. You might have your own way you'd want to present this program. But the office of GTV would not allow you to do that.
The office of the director will not allow me. He's in my ear right now. He can tell me what to do.
So you are structured within that office. And I expected the president to at least see something like that. Whisper.
Blink. You don't even have to whisper. Blink.
Mr. Minister, Chief didn't stand. Please, could you find out whether he's well? Simple. He would not have made this brouhaha that we are
Video
seeing.
went viral, yeah.
Kwame is now understanding when I said it's not.
No,
I think he understood already.
Kofi,
But he says it's also important for attitude.
No,
to
but
parents,
let me
not just to
plays a role.
You see.
Look, let me give you an example.
We have examples.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. You're in your car. You're driving. You're going. The highway code tells you that if you are turning left, you're turning right.
Put on your
Indicate.
blankets.
Indicate. How many people do it?
Kwame.
Is that not attitude?
Kwame,
I know they were not taught.
in UK, no.
What?
In UK, people don't do it.
Then that means they didn't go to driving school.
Don't even go
Yes, a
there.
lot of people didn't go to
Then they
driving
didn't go to driving
A lot of
school.
people did not go to driving
Yes.
school. A lot of people were
They didn't
taxi
go to driving
drivers.
school.
Tafui,
What is the indicator in the car for?
Tafui, on a daily basis, if you like, go to a traffic court in any of the states in America. Traffic offenses. Because once you disobey the law, they would make you pay.
And it's a good source of funding as well.
Yes, which is good. So that's what I'm telling him. If I do not indicate.
So let me give you.
No, Kwame, let me finish. It is my responsibility as a driver to know when to indicate and when not to indicate, and when not to cross the red line or go on the divide and everything. In other jurisdictions, the police is behind you. If we ask you've lived abroad, the moment you see that blue light, you know you are in trouble. Here, he puts on the blue light because he wants to get ahead of you and go wherever he's going. Let's stop calling, a spade is a spade. And I'm tired of Ghanaians pretending. It is not the fault of the people. It's the people that we put them in charge of us to make sure that they pass laws are enforced, and people are arrested and jailed.
Kofi, in as much as you say that, I'm pointing a finger at you right now.
Okay, go
How
ahead.
many fingers are pointing
3.
at me? What does that mean?
It means you're a bad person.
No.
Remix.
Honestly.
It means, Kofi, it means you have responsibility too.
You remember when you and I were in England, right? When the Metropolitan Police were giving tickets, parking tickets and everything. Remember, it was the police. Now, it's been privatized. And I don't know whether you have encountered it. It is now privatized, so there's a lot of other countries who are doing it. Some of them will tell you, my brother, you give me the money, I will not give you ticket. Okay? But when the Metropolitan Police was doing it, they had no interest. I'm giving you examples in your own country that you lived in. Human beings are human beings everywhere.
Kofi, understand that.
Do you know God is so smart? God is so smart that he realized that Lucifer is a bad angel. If he doesn't sack Lucifer, he will corrupt all the angels. That's why God sacked Lucifer.
But also God uses Lucifer to achieve his aim sometimes.
What?
He uses Lucifer.
No, you go
achieve
to
his
Lucifer. God does not tell you to go to Lucifer. God wants you to run away from Lucifer. That's why they say go and sin no more. And then you go and sin again and say it's God's fault.
Let's move from Lucifer to graphiconline.com. Couple of headlines here for you. So, VRA and GES are partnering Forestry Commission to plant 3,000 trees. The latest news from Graphic
That's
Online.
another one.
Yes.
That's another one I don't understand.
We'll talk about that. Bui Power adds 5 megawatts floating solar plant. And immigration officer foils suspected kidnapping of schoolgirl. There's a video there, graphic online. Farmer kills wife in front of their children. That is seriously traumatic.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yes, yes. EC sets October 3 for district level election. Asin North, interesting development there. LPG, the Liberal Party of Ghana, this is also contesting the Asin North by-election.
Who? Abalu's party?
Yes, indeed. LPG.
Someha.
Yes. Jechi Kwesi will retain Asin North, he says. NDC National Youth Organizer. Mr. Alan Chamatin says, I'll make the private sector the center of growth. He's vying to be one of the flag bearer for the MPP. Ghana will not export green minerals in raw states, says the lands minister. Road maintenance resumes to address inconveniences. And Professor Ama Ata Edu to be given a state burial. So that's your graphiconline.com. Ghanaian Times, government rolls out alternative livelihood program for 8,000 fishers. Judgment in fresh start of Dr. Opuni to be done on the 3rd of July. Ghana can bag $4.2 billion annually revenue from extractive sector to solve the economic crisis. Some good news. Purges SHS has developed a prototype solar dehydrator. These are senior high schools, and is being refined by the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. So this device is meant to preserve vegetables and fruits to reduce post-harvest losses. It also includes a refrigerator to help reduce contamination during food processing, as well as maintain nutrient level. And these are senior high students who won first position in the 3rd edition of the Energy Commission's SHS Renewable Energy Challenge, contested by 119 SHSs throughout the country. So, PEDZE SHS, congratulations, well done. That's the kind of good news we want to hear. It gives our future a brighter tinge. So, the Business Finder. So, restructure external debt swiftly, says the Institute for Fiscal Studies, because they say it has serious implications on our exchange rate issues. And those are, and of course, BOG warns Ghanaians against 97 illegal loan apps, including Fufu Credit. There's a conversation on that at 8:30. Which of these stories?
So is it that people had gone for the loans from these
Yes,
companies?
people have gone for the loans, and now they are not paying back. They're not paying back, and now these people are harassing them and putting out their private information.
Why
online.
wouldn't they pay back? If you've gone for a loan,
But the two things. First of all, the institution is not even licensed,
Yes,
so you can take money from the wrong
It's an
person.
illegality.
Yes, yeah. So
Do you know MTN used to give that credit?
yes, and people don't pay.
People would just dump their check.
Yes, yeah.
Attitude now.
So people are really happy it's not
No,
paid.
I know you won't come after me.
Attitude
No, I
now.
know you won't come after me.
That is wrong.
I mean, in UK, if you do that,
is
your
wrong.
credit will be shattered.
Yes,
we
that
don't
is
have
wrong.
I'm just telling
We
you.
don't have credit
So
scores.
that is
So we need credit
that is
scores.
what I'm saying.
Yes, because
in
if-
UK,
if you had-
if you try that,
Yes.
you cannot buy anything again.
From any-
You
exactly.
can't even open a bank account.
Exactly.
So don't tell me that.
So-
it is laws and regulations.
So we need to have credit scores so
It's
that when you
part
run
of
away,
it.
there's one person
It's
I'm dealing with
part
right
of
now. One person I'm dealing with right now. She owes 10 of these companies.
Oh,
10 of them. Total is about 16,000 cedis.
I sent some words. My mother died. He was harassing me. He's a suicide. And then I sent him some money. So I called him. You have sent your money. Aren't you? He said, oh, which number?
Right.
I said, Mr. Capito, MTN family.
Because he's
I said,
owing
he
somebody.
owes them. No, he owes MTN.
Yes. So the moment
Kwame,
you send it there, they take
Let me tell you what. Everything, there should be consequences.
Yeah.
yes.
credit scores.
Yes.
If you had credit scores, none of this nonsense will happen.
Consequences.
Because if you go on social media after BOG put out this notice, 80% of the messages are saying, then we can take